Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a licensed independent clinical social worker, and I specialize in working with adults with ADHD and executive functioning challenges. This is episode 1 of The Executive Brain, a 7-part series where we break down the executive function deficits at the core of ADHD. I want to start with something that might sound counterintuitive. One of the most important things your brain does every day is watch itself. So, what is self-awareness? Self-awareness, in the executive functioning sense, is your brain's ability to step back and observe your own behavior in real time. Think of it as an internal observer, a part of you that notices what you're doing, how you're coming across, whether what you're doing is actually working or not. How it's different in ADHD, right? In ADHD, this observer is often significantly underdeveloped. That doesn't mean people with ADHD aren't thoughtful or self-reflective. They often are. But the real-time, in-the-moment monitoring that most brains do automatically, that's where the gap shows up. So what does this look like? Here are some examples. You're in a conversation and you don't notice you've been talking for 10 minutes and the other person has gone quiet. You sit down to start a task and 45 minutes later, you're somewhere completely different with no memory of how you got there. You send an email and only realize afterward that the tone came across a bit harsher than you intended. These aren't failures of intelligence or caring, they're failures of the observer. And the observer has a neurological basis. So why does this matter? Self-awareness is foundational to almost every other executive functioning. You can't regulate your emotions if you don't notice you're having them. You can't course correct your behavior if you don't realize it's gone off course. And you can't build new habits without feedback from yourself about what's actually happening. This is also why shame can be such a feature of ADHD. People often only become aware of what they've done after the fact, when it's too late to change it. That lag is neurological, not moral. So think about a recent moment where you realized, after the fact, that something hadn't gone the way you intended. What do you think the in-the-moment version of you was missing? Was there a signal that you could have caught earlier? That's something for you to think about between now and the next episode. In the next episode, we'll talk about inhibition, the brain's braking system, and what happens when it doesn't hold. My favorite term here is ADHD is like a Ferrari with bicycle brakes. Okay, thanks for listening.